not going to make it an issue.
Well, Senator, will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
Well, at the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation.
My goofy ass nigga, why are you laughing? This ain't funny, man. I'm just not in the mood for jokes. We can have jokes and stuff at different times. You know, I'll be in different moods, but I'm not in the mood for your goofy ass to be on Meet the Press laughing because you don't have good answers. I'm hard on the women. You sound like one of them right now. I'm very hard on the women when Libs of TikTok, you know, Higher Raycheck was on with Taylor Lorenz, and then Nancy Mace was on with George Stephanopoulos. And if you go down the line, I'm seeing a lot of women making embarrassments of themselves in the political arena. When you get into this battlefield, you got your book in the background. You are trying to audition for Donald Trump's VP. I need you to have a solid answer, sir.
I'm not going to make it an issue.
Well, Senator, will you commit to accepting the election results of 2024? Bottom line.
Bitch, of course I won't. No, I'm not going to say that on the show, but I excuse my language. That's just in the mood. That's the mood I'm in right now, bitch. What do you mean? Will I accept the election? I'll accept whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I don't accept 2020. Here's what I'll say. I'm not going to accept any election until somebody does something that convinces me to accept it. The onus ain't on me. The onus ain't on the public. The onus is on the people who run the elections. And that goes with Hillary Clinton and those people who still believe in the establishment. I don't care where you are politically. You make the decision whether you judge the election, if you believe the election or not. Not YouTube, not the Supreme Court. Nobody can force me to believe it or not. It's on you to convince me. I will tell you this. I will act in good faith. If you convince me right now, as things stand right now, of course not, unless something drastically changes to prove to me that I should trust these elections. Well, remember what happened after 2020? You have all kinds of wildness. We talked about the details in Georgia. We talked about the Supreme Court not taking up the case, Texas v. Pennsylvania. Then, of course, we got the laptop stuff, and I just hate reliving all this, but that keeps coming back up. And then on top of that, the part that really, even worse than all of that, YouTube and the big tech companies that are just agencies of the government, they came and they said, and they still put flags on your videos. If you say, well, I don't trust this process, I don't trust this process. They put little community type notes on your videos. They said, you can't say this or we're going to ban you from the platform. Since when do we do that? I can believe whatever the hell I want to believe, even if it's wrong.
Well, at the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be president.
I'm going to need you to have a better answer, my goofy ass nigga. This is why I call you, and I used to like him. I mean, I'm in a different place. I'm in a different world. We need to do a remake. They had the Different World cast in the White House shucking and jiving the other day, man. That shit was crazy. It was a great show, don't get me wrong, but to be in there shucking and driving for Uncle Dementia Joe Genocide Joe is wild. So the answer is, we're not even 10 seconds in. I can't even get through 10 seconds without being like, you goofy ass Mike Pence in blackface.
Well, at the end of the day,
I don't need you to stutter, bro. You're a professional politician. If I'm on this mic stuttering, then I'm just a bro in his basement. You are a professional politician with a question that we all know you're going to get, and you can't even get it out because you're stuttering.
24, bottom line.
Well, at the end of the day, the 47th president of the United States will be President Donald Trump, and I'm excited to get back to low inflation,
Drop out of the VP race. You sound like you in the 80s right now. This is 2024. This is not the energy of the country. This is not where we're at. You're a shill for that country in the Middle East.
Unemployment.
Wait, Senator, yes or no? Yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024 no matter who wins?
See, she's asking a question from like the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course, Kirsten. Yeah, we could never question the sanctity of our establishments and our democracy. And like, this is the old politicians back when Bush, Clinton, all, Reagan, Carter. Oh, it'd be outrageous. We're a shining beacon on a hill, and it's America. Get the hell out of here. There's nobody in the country that believes that under the age of 65.
That is my statement.
But is it just yes or no? Will you accept the election results of 2024?
This is tough to watch.
I look forward to President Trump being the 47th president. Kristen, you could ask him multiple times.
Senator, just a yes or no answer.
So the American people will make the decision.
But I don't hear you committing
for President Trump. That's clear.
I don't hear you committing to the election result.
You're not the right person for this moment in politics if you can't be more honest than that. Byron Donalds probably would want to have the same answer of Mike Pence, but he's out. He's got to be out. I mean, if Trump is any type of serious person, I mean, this is done. You're done. Get out of here. Stop doing the interviews. Byron Donald has the same take, I think we'll see, as Tim Scott, but he's younger and he's more charismatic and he will answer it in a better way, even though it's still a bad answer. I think Donalds will have a way better answer. J.D. Vance is probably more buttoned up. We'll have to see how they do in these auditions.
Here's the chill.
Will you commit to accepting the election results?
This is why so many Americans believe that NBC is an extension of the Democrat Party.
No, don't go to that card. No, she asked you a legitimate question. I need you to speak for me, bro. I can't go on NBC. I need you to speak for me.
At the end of the day, I've said what I've said, and I know that the American people, their voices will be heard, and I believe that President Trump will be our next president. It's that simple.
But, Senators, you know, the hallmark of our democracy is that both candidates agree to a peaceful transfer of power.
No, what do you mean? What does that mean? I understand that that's happened year after year after year, but now we're in a different situation. See, that's why I was so big on Vivek. Like, we need to go back to that Vivek energy. Vivek went on the stage and said what in a much better way than I could say it, and than I've heard anybody else say it, quite frankly, especially on that big of a stage. And Vivek had to fall in the background now because Trump rose up. Vivek had way more better energy than Donald Trump. Vivek threw figurative matches on the stage to the point where, button it up. Tim Scott, he's just giving her energy.
So I'm asking you, as a potential VP nominee, will you accept to commit to the election results in this election cycle, no matter who wins? Just simply yes or no.
See, that question is only a tough chess move if you still believe in the legitimacy of the same system that is right now. Today, we heard Judge Juan Michon is threatening. You did more fines, I believe, with Trump, found him in contempt again. I told you at some point, if that person, you go into prison and that person takes your lunch, this is just the standard story. I've never been into prison. They take your lunch the first day. They're going to take your lunch every single day. And then they're going to beat you and still take your lunch. You might as well just pop the pimple. You might as well just get it over right away. Let's go do what we need to do, but I'm not letting you take my lunch. And Donald Trump's getting hemmed up. And he's trying to give legitimacy to the system, and the system will take care of you. And she knows she can ask him this question, and that's why they wouldn't have Carrie Lake on there. They wouldn't have Vivek on there, because they asked them those questions, and now we're going to have answers that will wake up the normie like, whoa, I don't know wow, this person isn't unhinged, and they have reasonable answers and real answers. This is a phony. This is a fraud. You hear this guy as VP for Trump, that's a wrap. Trump should be done.
No.
I expect President Trump to win the next election. Listen, I'm not going to answer your hypothetical question when, in fact, I believe the American people are speaking today on the results of the election. And if it continues for the next 6 months, we find ourselves in a great position where we get back to another century of American prosperity. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, I'm tired of these goofy ass niggas.
Middle MAGA.